you just had a 9.5-pound coffin there.
Are you guys ready to drive, pull an all-nighter, drive into the border, and then flying to La Paz?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
I like one out of those 4 things. 3 things.
You guys all hopped up on Red Bull and
Maybe.
coffee.
Red Bull and unicorn tears.
I like how Dave stands there and lets Matt do all the work.
Only 5 bags. Are you missing a bag?
My camera bag's in the back too.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Just about 1:30 a.m. and we're halfway through our trip. Just loaded up on some In-N-Out and some more coffee for these crazy people. After driving all night, well, Dave drove all night. Matt and I just slept. We have finally arrived at the border, and now to cross the border and catch our plane, which is hopefully not delayed. So we made it, and now we are in search of beer and food, and then a nap.
Not food.
Dave, how many hours have you been awake now?
Like 12 or 14, like a normal amount.
No.
I can pass a field sobriety test. I can touch my nose. I can touch all of my parts.
What time is it right now? It's like
6:32.
6:32, and he's been awake since 7 o'clock yesterday morning.
It's almost at 36 hours.
36 hours. Jeez, you're a beast. On a mission. Our first round of provisioning.
Hey, should we put beers in the sub storage?
If you want to, you'll have to unload to get to it.
Does that thing come out in one piece or just okay, 2 pieces?
This is Matt trying to figure out how he's gonna fit enough beer in our refrigerator.
Move all the food. The beer will fit.
Provisioning round 2.
Your friend's coming back.
The pufferfish?
Mm-hmm.
Quesadillas, I'm so excited for some food after being all sunburnt. Oh yeah, look at that. Mmm, delicious.
College kids.
So good.
Which lamp do you want the LED bulb in, Matt?
Put in the other one. That does the other one.
That one over there.
That doesn't have a bulb.
I thought they both do.
Oh, do they?
I don't know.
Oh.
I thought so.
That's where I'm at mine. I'll probably use that.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I stand corrected yet again.
See.
A toro? Let's see. Maybe just go easy on the cilantro.
You don't have to have.
Okay,
it
no
if you don't
cilantro.
Like it.
Hey, hon, hand me up my iPhone.
Alright.
Or your phone so I can record, whatever phone you want.
iPhone, you
Where?
phone.
Or you should come up and record.
I was like, this phone's already recording.
It's kind of windy up here.
You gonna try to...
This is what the this is
Don't
what the
drop
calm
my
day
phone.
this is what the calm day in Mexico turns into every night. Oh wait, it's too dark to see anything.
Oh, look at that.
Inside?
So good.
Sporty up there.
On the side.
On the side.
You ready, Dave?
Short tank, buddy.
Got beans inside or on the side?
On the side.
It was super good. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. It's like the best dinner Ducky has seen.
We knew it was getting bad, but had no idea what we were in for. San Gabriel is completely open to the south, which is exactly where the swell was coming from that night. We were anchored in shallow water with plenty of chain let out, but didn't realize the harbor would turn into breaking waves, each one lifting us straight up, yanking our anchor out of the sand and driving us toward the beach. Dave and I knew that we were dragging, but hoped it would eventually catch and stick. We made an emergency plan together and tried to get some sleep in the main salon. But at 1:30 in the morning, I was startled awake by the sickening thud of Ducky hitting bottom. Dave was already up, snapping into action. Our engine started right up, thankfully, and Dave precariously made his way to the bow to pull up the anchor, while I throttled us to the max, trying to get out of the shallows. With each breaking wave, the front of the boat and Dave plunged underwater, and we'd hit bottom, as the engine struggled against the waves, and the windlass struggled to haul the anchor, and then promptly broke. Dave had to pull the rest of the chain and anchor by hand. Hanging onto the lifelines almost knocked off the boat a couple of times. He finally succeeded, and I continued at full throttle, barely making way out to open sea. Without a working windlass, we felt that our only safe option was to motor through the rough seas, nearly 7 hours, back to the marina in La Paz. Though we weren't out of the woods yet, we soon realized that each wave breaking over the bow was dumping hundreds of gallons of seawater straight into our boat through the giant hole that the previous owner had drilled in the anchor locker for the windlass that he installed. Of course, this was also the same time that we noticed our bilge pump was failing. As our floorboard started floating, Dave hurriedly looked around for the manual bilge pump handle, and as a last-ditch effort, he also decided to bang on the electric bilge pump, which, crazy, started working. It finally kicked on and emptied the water out of the boat. Thankfully, it grudgingly worked for the rest of the night. We docked our boat in the transient slip at Marina La Paz just as the sun was coming up. We were tired and rattled and soaked in salt, but alive, with the boat still floating. We now had some serious work to do before we could leave the dock again, but we'd have to wait for parts. So, in the meantime, we decided to take a little road trip to Todos Santos, have some fun, and get some rest before digging into the boat projects.